Hi folks, welcome back to the Dashcam Dasher. So before going into the video, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe. If you have already subscribed, please press on the bell icon to receive instant notifications. So today, let us discuss about the touring capabilities of the Kawasaki Ninja300. Whether the Kawasaki Ninja300 can be used as a good tourer. Also, one of my subscribers has asked in a comment in detail about the touring capabilities of the Ninja300 in my previous ownership video. So let's get into the video. Today, let us discuss some of the capabilities of a touring motorcycle and see how well the Ninja300 fares against these characteristics. So the first characteristic of a good touring motorcycle is a refined and relaxed engine. The Ninja300 ticks both the boxes here. The engine of the 300 is so well refined that we can continuously cruise on the highways at speeds above 120 km per hour. So with that, we can put a lot of miles in a single day without taking regular breaks. The most distance I have covered in a single day is 940 kilometers, in which I traveled from Tirunelveli district in Tamil Nadu to Shimoga district in Karnataka. The travel took around 16 hours. Also, I have did another 680 kilometer trip from Tirunelveli district in Tamil Nadu to Kasaragod district in Kerala. In both the trips, I was very much satisfied with the performance of the Ninja300. Though it's a small displacement motorcycle, the engine performed so well that there was no need for frequent gear shifts or rests. So, the Ninja300 scores full marks in this criteria. Another criteria of a good touring motorcycle is it should have a fuel tank big enough to have a tank range of at least 500 kilometers. The Ninja300 scores well here too. With a 17.3 liter tank and a mileage of around 30 kilometers per liter, the Ninja300 can easily cover at least 450 kilometers with a single tank of fuel without the low fuel indicator coming on. So, the Ninja300 scores well here too. So some of the traits of a good touring motorcycle is upright seating position, a windshield long enough to prevent the wind blast, and a forward placed footbed. So regarding the seating position, an upright seating position relieves the stress on your arms and your wrists while riding. For example, the RC390 has a forward lean seating position that the major weight of your upper body rests on your arms and wrists while riding. It creates a stress on your wrists while riding for long distances and makes it impossible to ride further. The Ninja300 comes in between. It doesn't have a forward leaning position as much as a super sport bike, or doesn't have an upright seating position like a Royal Enfield. So what I would say is the seating position of a Ninja300 is more of a touring centric. The next thing which I mentioned is about the windshield. The Ninja300 has a pretty small windshield. Here I have replaced it with some cheap aftermarket windshield which I purchased from AliExpress. So the issue of a windshield can be easily solved in the Ninja300. The next thing is the position of the footbed. So here the Ninja300 really scores very poor. Usually in touring motorcycle, the foot pegs are kept in a forward position so that we can keep our legs as such in a sitting position. So this relieves the stress on your knees. But here in the Ninja300, though not as bad as a super sport motorcycle, still the position of a foot peg puts a stress on your knees while doing long rides. For people like me who are over 6 foot tall, it further complicates the issue. So what I used to do while doing long rides is, I used to stretch my legs completely like this every 15 to 20 minutes during my rides. But for tall people, you have to be careful while doing this, because thanks to the low ground clearance of the Ninja300, you can easily hit the road with your legs. One more thing worth mentioning is the excellent heat management of this motorcycle. This motorcycle is so excellent that you can ride even in stop and go city traffic in daytime without roasting your lower body. Usually touring motorcycle tends to ride on the highways, but it is India and you cannot simply ride on highways for hundreds of kilometers. Somewhere you have to enter the cities, and for people who prefer to ride during daytime cannot avoid the heat of the motorcycle. So this is where the heat management of this motorcycle comes into play. Here the heat management is so excellent that even the slightest amount of heat emitted from the motorcycle doesn't affect the rider. Here the Ninja 300 scores a full 100 marks. So one final criteria of a good touring motorcycle is its ability to carry a lot of weight and luggage. So this motorcycle has as much as torque as the Royal Enfield 350 and a lot more power and can pull a lot of weight, but you cannot carry a lot of boxes in the rear of this motorcycle. This is not a Honda Goldwing or a BMW K1600. So for people who used to tour, what I would suggest is get a good saddle bag and tighten it up in your motorcycle with some bungee cords. I use a V8 era saddle bag, and for each and every tours I used to carry a manual tire inflator and a puncture kit. So for each and every trip my saddle bag weighs around 12 to 15 kilograms. One more thing which I have to mention is about the seat comfort of the Ninja 300. The seats of the Ninja 300 are nowhere near comfortable. So the seats are very hard, and if you are to ride for more than 2 hours, it will really start to pain. Also, the pillion seat is even less comfortable, and the hard suspension further adds to the discomfort if you are to ride on bad roads with a pillion rider. Also, there are no proper grab rails on the Ninja 300, and riding with a pillion rider at a reasonable speed always possesses a risk. So what is the solution to this? The only way is to replace this seat with some more comfortable gel pad seats, but that's a costly affair. So what I would suggest is purchase some good gel pad innerwear if you are to do long rides with the Ninja 300. So with that being said, it is time for us to come to a conclusion. But before that, I would like to share what I personally feel about the comfort of this motorcycle. So I have owned this motorcycle for almost 7 years, and I have did a lot of trips with this motorcycle. So twice I have done trips more than 2000 kilometers. The first one I did it in 6 days, and the second one I did it in 5 days. So what I would suggest is, so traveling for almost 600 to 800 kilometers in a single day is possible in this motorcycle if you are to use the expressway. That is, you can ride for 8 to 10 hours in a single day. Though the ride won't be much comfortable, but it will take a toll on your body. So what I would suggest is, for tourings, if you are riding on day 1, it is better to take rest on day 2 and then ride back again on day 3. So during my Shimoga trip, I have ridden it for 3 days continuously, 940 kilometers on day 1, 300 kilometers on day 2, and then again 360 kilometers on day 3. So such type of riding will take a toll on your body. You have to be physically fit and mentally resilient to do such trips. So what I would rate is a 7 out of 10 for the touring capabilities of the Kawasaki Ninja 300. That too, at this price point, it is the best buy as a tourer. Thanks for watching, guys. Please share your thoughts in the comment section. See you soon in another exciting video.